Welcome to episode 2 of Beyond the Trenches. We're going to talk about this week's in football and make some predictions towards next week. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike. We, of course, got the panel, the usual panel with us. We got Jordan up here.
Yep.
Jeff.
Yo. Yeah.
Tobi.
Good.
And Ravi should be joining us later on, hopefully, because we want to get his insight. So last week was our first show. It was very, very good. But this week we're going to become more topical, ask some questions, and end the show with our thoughts about some different things. The first topic, we'll get right into it, is a couple teams in the league. A few teams are 2-0 so far. It's very early. But which 2-0 team has been the most impressive to you? And I'll just go around. Let's start with Jordan. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Most impressive team for me. When you look at who they've beaten, Atlanta let up that lead against Dallas last week. But they have talent. They're not bad. If they didn't do anything, if they're not the dumbest team in the world, they win the game. And then you go up against New England. New England showed me a lot. They looked good, and they took a win against New England. So I like Seattle.
Jeff?
I think the most impressive to me is the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, okay.
Low key. Tannehill continuing the hot play from last year. Him and that offensive coordinator getting a real good vibe. He's throwing it real well. He's not relying on legs. And again, they just beating, they scoring points, and that's been key for them.
And Vrabel's a good coach, man. For real.
Yeah, I like him.
And I guess it's proven that they wasn't wrong for giving Tannehill that contract. I guess so far.
Yeah, it's still early.
I said so far at least. Tobi, what you think? What's 2-0 team most impressive?
2-0, I'm going to say the Oakland Raiders are the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because they beat the Saints. The Saints, they beat them by 10 points too. Yeah. So I'm going to say that they're the most impressive with that, because I didn't expect them to beat the Saints.
They beat the Saints with no Michael Thomas, so let's not forget that.
That's fine, but Breeze is supposed to be like top 5, right? He's
dead or alive.
Lies. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, man. Only because they great on both sides of the ball. And I'm looking and I see Lamar still improving. Harbaugh is just probably one of the top 5 coaches in football, not top 3. Like I said, and I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
How can you say the Ravens? They was the number 1 overall seed last year, bro.
Yeah, there was already.
Where's the surprise?
I didn't say surprise. I said what team was most impressive.
Okay, where's the impressiveness? That don't exactly what they did last year.
They could have went backwards though, right?
They could have.
Exactly. So I'm impressed by what they're doing so far. That's just me. Okay. Because you know why? Because it's a complete, like all 3 phases: special teams, defense, offense. They super impressive all the way around.
Harbaugh's a special teams guru, so he's supposed to have that. And I mean, what I say about the Ravens is, if you look at the history of the league, teams who perform well and then flail out in the playoffs, they actually have those years where they climb up, they get better. So maybe the first round, then it'll be the second round, then the Super Bowl. So they're impressive, but I'm just accustomed to that at this point.
I got you. Okay, let's move to the next question. This is a good one for Tobi, who lost one of his guys in fantasy league. What is the most significant injury so far this season, you think?
It started with me. Okay, definitely Saquon. Saquon is out. A lot of the teams got injuries and a whole bunch of injuries on their teams too, but Saquon is basically the Giants, you know what I'm saying? And without them, their season to me is completely done. Now they just, probably think for a better offensive lineman or something. Who knows? But definitely Saquon.
Jeff?
I think Jimmy G. A lot of people were saying that he wasn't that great last year, and it was a running game, and he was supposed to come out this year and kind of prove himself. And I think it's bad that he got injured so early, because now we still waiting to see, is Jimmy G really that guy? Like, is he? So
he already got the money, so
he got for it. They always get paid first.
Yeah. Jordan, who you think?
I was gonna say Jimmy G too. I'm right with you on that. I don't really look at McCaffrey and like Saquon as being too big of a deal because they were going to suck with them. So they're going to suck even more. So
True.
Jimmy G is big to me because we don't know how long he's going to be out. Who knows if the running game can carry him until he is out? And can the backup quarterback for them make the throws that they need for them to win the games? Their schedule kind of does favor them. They got the Giants this week, but Jimmy G's big to me.
They lost Mostert too. So
I was going to say that. Yeah,
And
they lost Bosa for a few weeks. And that's why I would say Bosa's my pick, actually, because Bosa is pretty much their like captain on defense, and he does so much for them defensively, makes so many plays and whatnot.
He's done for the season, right? He's done.
He got ACL, yeah, same thing. Yeah.
But that 49ers front line is loaded with first-round picks.
Well, you know what? You know what's crazy? So they lost Bosa, and then they lost Solomon Thomas. They let go of Buckner last week, and D4 got hurt too.
They're decimated right now. Yeah, they're done.
Super Bowl hangover.
You know what? Arizona might win the division, something like that. Well, no, Seattle will. But Arizona
will win. But Arizona's gonna fight though for sure.
Definitely. Those are the injuries. But for C-Mac though, man, I don't know, man. I think they could have squeezed out a decent 8-8, 9-7, maybe with him. Without him, they're done in Carolina.
So. The Panthers, guess who's fourth in the league in yards?
Who?
Running yards?
In passing yards.
Who?
Teddy.
Okay. I need a receipt. Like, I'll take that.
Bro, I swear, bro.
Not two gloves, Teddy. Come on, man.
Bro, two gloves, Teddy, fourth in the league.
Y'all said he was trash last year. He was 6-0 with the Saints.
But it's been garbage time. They've been behind all season. They got to throw the whole time. So
yeah, that defense is terrible.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be way better defense. They suck.
I think Cooley jumped off ship soon as on perfect timing. Luke.
Oh yeah.
He jumped ship perfect timing.
Ron Rivera's a good defensive coach.
Who?
Ron Rivera.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
That was his calling. All right, moving forward, man. Let's talk about some of these games. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys and the comeback. That was pretty much the game of the week, if you ask me, against the Falcons and stuff like that. So what did that say? Did it say more about the Cowboys or the Falcons is the question. I'm going to start with Jordan. Is he a big Cowboys fan?
NFC East foe.
But nah, honestly, I mean, I think it's kind of equal. But if I had to choose, it says more about the Falcons. The Falcons are the dumbest team in pro sports. That was unbelievable. How do you not touch the ball? Like, do you not get that you can touch the ball at any time? They waited for it to go 10 yards to touch the ball. That's coaching. That's you being dumb. And historically, the Falcons are the worst choking team in NFL history. This is like they choke. They historically are known for choking. So this is more about the Falcons than has anything to do with the Cowboys, because the Cowboys lost the game and the Falcons gave it to them. Like they were dead in the water, and the Falcons said, just open up the floodgates, and they're like, here you go, we'll give you the game. So I think it says way more about the Falcons than it says about the Cowboys, but you knew I was going to say that. So
yeah, because you're a hater. I understand.
Yeah.
So that means you think the Super Bowl was more the Falcons losing, the Patriots winning.
No doubt.
All right. Okay. What about you, Tobi? Who would say more about the Cowboys or the Falcons?
Definitely says more about the Falcons. I mean, these guys folded again with that big ass lead. I seen the lead. I said, "Oh my goodness, the NFC East is horrible."
It's still horrible.
They're still terrible. They're so terrible. But I was like, the Cowboys are getting blown out like this, and then all I know, I checked the score, and these guys won the game. So the Falcons need to stop folding. They need to stop throwing the ball so much when they got leads. They got to eat some clock. They never do that. The defense sucks. Like Jordan said about the onside kick, that shit was retarded as hell. They literally waited for it to get the
look at the ball. I was like, what?
The ball to get past the line. The guy was was literally right there. Now you're fighting for the ball. Like it was so stupid. I think the coach is gonna get fired. He's not surviving this. He's not surviving this season.
We'll get to the coaches later on the hot seat. But Jeff, who say more about you, the Falcons or the Cowboys?
I mean, both, honestly.
Like, word.
I'm just be honest. Like it says a lot about both of them. The Cowboys showing that they are bound to choke because they came out and laid a goose egg in the first 20 minutes of the game. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it says anything more, it's the Falcons. I mean, it's over for Quinn. You know, they might as well go ahead and pack his bags. Again, most teams, contrary to the Patriots, you lose in the Super Bowl, your franchise starts to go down. And that's what we seen in front of us again. The Falcons, they blew that 25-point lead in the Super Bowl, and since then they just ain't been right, man.
What do you think?
I'm hoping they trade Julio to us though. That'd be nice to trade him to the Raiders just to dump him.
Do you think it's actually like Quinn himself? Because they have talent.
Quinn is supposed to be a defensive juggernaut that came from Seattle. He's supposed to come. He's supposed to bring that defensive leadership. You know, but you know, like it says, sometimes players get tired of hearing the same voice. And sometimes you got to make a change. So, you know, right now it looks like they're just fatigued of Quinn, and they don't really want to hear what he's saying. You know, that's why I like Belichick so much, man. Like, Belichick ain't really defense or offense. He coaches the team in its totality. Yep. And that was a coaching moment for the coach to come over and say, look, let's just secure the ball, get it, lock it down, we go home with the win. So the Falcons definitely showed that they're in the bottom of the barrel.
If the head coach doesn't go, special teams coach has to go. There's no way he should not be fired.
Well, the whole staff, they all gonna go. But yeah, it's more about the Falcons. More so the Falcons being a bad team. I mean, that's really just it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna have to win the division for the Cowboys for the NFC East, even if they start 0-2, no matter what. So
yeah, that division it went so far down over the years, man. It's crazy.
Yo, did it?
All right.
Crazy.
That's for another topic, and we'll get there later on. But
don't say over the course of 5 years. We just won the Super Bowl.
I said a couple of years. What I said over the last few years, it ain't been good. What was your record last year? Getting the playoffs? What y'all winning at 9-7? That's my.
Watch what I say later. Watch what I say later.
All right.
It's so trash because they haven't had back-to-back division winners in 14 years. Like,
and they won the division at 9-7. Like, that's trash. I'm just saying.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
The Seahawks went to the playoffs at 7-9 and beat the Saints. Anything possible.
All right, we'll get you that.
All right.
You hold
anyway, I'm with Jeff. Kind of shows me a lot about both. But I don't know if it's showing a lot about the Falcons because I think they are who we thought they were. They're just not that good. They were like 7-9 last year. Like, they're just not that good. They're not well coached. They lost a lot of leads last year, low key, to be honest with you. And they should have lost to the Eagles in that game last year, to be honest with you. And
they beat us last year.
I said they should have lost to the Eagles. But I think that was some new trickery with the kick that really messed
ball
head
not
up.
being on the team. Yeah.
But I've seen that though. Like,
but wait, hold on. Stop it, man. Trickery with the ball not like what did that have to do with the ball coming towards you?
Oh, yeah,
like,
right.
But the way it was spinning though.
They said the way it was spinning. The way it was spinning, they said it was different.
What was it spinning? Like, did it disappear?
But
like, let's be for real, bro.
But normally it's like a bounce. It ain't like a spin
I
like
don't
that.
care. What are you talking about? It's coming towards you. You watching it. Like, that's just bad.
Your goal on that, like, I've been on that onside recovery front line, like, go get the ball.
Here you go with his Ted Bundy stories. Man.
Right.
4 touchdowns in one game.
Division 3.
4 touchdowns in one game. Like,
bro, but I can't believe
I'm messing with you, man.
I can't believe it. Like,
I believe.
What?
I believe his only job was the recovery team. I actually believe
that. Yeah. They had one job. They called the hands team for a reason.
That coach has to get fired. If Dan Quinn doesn't get fired, the special teams coach has to be fired. Like,
but let's not, like, the Cowboys did something too, man. I'm gonna give them their props. Yeah. Like, they showed me they got, bro. They got heart.
They got some heart.
Not even that, bro. CeeDee Lamb is real. That's number one. And they showed me how good that offense could be. I'm just leave it at that. And
it was the Falcons, though.
But it was
It was the Falcons, like.
But listen, the Falcons not running the ball, like Jordan said, not killing the clock. That's cool. The Falcons not getting the onside kick. That's cool. But the Cowboys still got to score every time. We don't do this. We don't do this stuff or whatever like that.
I mean, always been better than their defense. Their defense is horrendous.
That's not true. That's not true. That defense was loaded.
When they went to the Super Bowl, they were loaded. And then after that, bro, they've been trash, bro. Come on. They've been trash. Deion Jones.
So hold on. So let me back up. So are you saying from the year y'all went to Super Bowl to now was a long time?
The Eagles or the Falcons?
In general.
No, but we suck.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was trying to get at. Like the rise from the top, the short
Our
line.
our
been a
defense
quick fall.
Been terrible.
Also, the boy they brought in for the backup tight end Schultz, he looked for real and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just on the Cowboys too. But it's still more about the Falcons at the end of the day. So let's move forward. Now this is the question that wasn't the first question, Jeff. Is what team has surprised you the most this season?
The team that surprised me the most, I'm not surprised. Y'all might be surprised, but nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Like, I'm trying to tell you, yo, Josh Allen looks good.
Oh, he doesn't win, Josh Allen, yo. He does win a lot. It's getting better. He wins a lot.
He looks good. Like,
yeah.
If he can start to throw from the pocket and he's done it this year already, but he is the prototypical quarterback prototype, like 6'5", nice big arm, can deliver it. You know, he's just good. He's showing real good poise.
He can run though too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's gonna have to stop running at some point and just, like throw it from the pocket. But he's 6'5", he can see over the line. He's got a big, strong arm. He's going deep. He's going intermediate. He is running, And the Buffalo Bills just look like the Stephon Diggs trade, quiet as kept, low key.
I should have took that trade from you, Jordan, for Stephon Diggs. I'm kind of mad I ain't taking it.
You should have taken it, bro. You should have taken it.
My dumb ass Will Fuller, and he gave me a donut.
But the Buffalo Bills, man, they look good. Like I said, they're gonna get 4 gimme games against the Jets and the Dolphins. I think they'll go 1-1 with the Patriots, and the rest of the schedule might be up for par, man. They look good.
They look good enough to go out in the first round of playoffs. They did but they do look surprisingly good. Jordan, who's your most surprising team this year?
There's a few, but if I had to go with one, I'm gonna go with the Texans, and not for good reasons.
All right, that's fine.
The Texans they look flat. I mean, granted, they've had to play 2 of the best teams in the league, but they don't even look competitive. Like, and then they got the Steelers coming up this week, so it's probably only going to get even worse. When the DeAndre Hopkins trade first happened, I said to myself, maybe this isn't that big of a deal, because I saw what they wanted to do with bringing David Johnson in, and Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks are not slouches, but once again, like, they cannot protect him, and they just come out and looking flat. Like, they don't even look competitive. And like I said, I think this is Bill O'Brien's last year. Like, if they don't resurrect the rest of the season, this should be his last year.
I don't think they can get rid of him if they gave Hopson the money. I mean, if they gave Watson the money, I think they got to give him another year at least to try it out. This, like Mike would say, this COVID year, this COVID sports season, it's all different. No preseason, and that's what we tend to forget.
I think that some teams needed them preseasons. And
those OTAs, those
and
practices
rookies
they
definitely needed it and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I feel you. They are surprisingly trash, but
I think they'll get it together. I think they have a chance because the AFC playoff picture is like there's some locks in there, and then I think they'll be fighting for like that 6th or 7th when it comes down to it.
Shoot, I beg to differ. I think the AFC picture is tougher.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I mean, I got some locks. I got the 4 division winners are locks, and then I got 2 wild card locks with the Steelers and the Patriots. And I think you look at the Raiders and the Texans.
So you're saying that the Texans won't win their division?
No,
probably not.
And they won't make the playoffs then.
I mean, I got them duking it out with you guys for the last spot.
Then they won't make the playoffs then.
Wow.
I mean, but look at it though. You got the surprisingly, and I know it's early, the Jaguars playing good, so the Texans don't have a shot against them. The Titans are playing well, and I know the Houston Texans can't beat them.
You probably can.
So Watson won't make it. Division.
Watson.
He can if he catches fire, but right now they suck. I don't know. But
Yeah, I drafted him. Somebody had to get rid of him soon, actually.
you want Fuller? I'll give you Fuller.
Fuller for Watson? Are you nuts?
Nah, I'll Fuller. He can have Fuller. He can have the 1-2 punch. I need a running back.
But we'll talk offline.
Yeah.
Tobi, what's your answer? What team?
So yeah, I'm gonna go with surprising is Arizona. They look good. Kyler Murray's a problem. Like,
Problem.
Watch him. He's fast. He's looking scary out there. He's looking how he was looking in college. It's crazy how he's making it look, how he's running away from people and scoring. And he got D-Hop now. He's number 1 wide receiver. So they're going to be a problem. That division is going to be crazy.
Got him number 1 receiver while he on a rookie deal. That's smart and whatnot. So, Jeff, who you think?
I already said the Buffalo Bills. What you think?
Oh, you did. I'm a roll with y'all, actually. That's my surprising team, Oakland. I didn't see them being 2-0 at all. So, and I don't know, man. I think going to like that whole Vegas stadium going to be big for y'all when fans come back. You're going to wind up getting people down there, rookies, not disciplined, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and losing.
I agree.
I heard you called the Death Star or whatever, that stadium, man. So
West Coast Miami, right?
Yeah.
Get distracted by the nightlife.
Yes, because no matter what you do, where you at, you're gonna see all the biggest lights, no matter where you stay at, and it's gonna distract you. I think Gruden is Gruden, and I think I like a lot of the pieces on that team. So I didn't expect to see him being 2-0 though, so I am surprised by that. But
a lot of people question Gruden play calling, but like I was saying, and even said this last year, he's bringing back that old school football, man. That old school run it, throw it, play action. Like I said, use all the players.
I think he just needed some time to get acclimated with the new rules in football and new things to do. He needed like a year to get that all together. He was out for like 10 years or whatever. So but I think
he had to get his own players too. He
get his own players.
He wanted his own and have it. Those players that he had.
So, but I am surprised though. So we'll see how it keeps on going.
Right.
Next question. Since you said the Seahawks were your most impressive team, Jordan, then how impressed were you with Cam and how he performed against the Seahawks?
I was actually really impressed. To be honest with you, aside from his MVP year when they went to the Super Bowl, I feel like that was the best I've ever seen him throw the football against the Seahawks. I've never seen him throw the football like that ever. Like, he was on point. He missed some throws, but for the most part, he was on point, accurate, and it was coming out. They can do some things. I have them as a wild card. They won't go too far, but I definitely have them as a wild card going into the playoffs because he showed me a lot. The first episode, I said I don't think they could sustain just running the ball, but he showed me that he was slinging it. Edelman made some plays. Demir Bird, he actually went to Timber Creek. He scored 6 touchdowns on my high school, bro, as a junior.
Yeah. When that name came up, I was like, he sounded familiar.
He's the fattest kid I ever saw on the football field in my life. But he's getting some PT with them.
Mm-hmm.
He's been balling, and then N'Keal Harry showed me a little bit too. So I liked it a lot. I got them going to the playoffs for sure.
All right. What about you? What do you think about Cam, Jeff? Let's go to Jeff this time.
Well, I don't know. Cam, he gets up for certain opponents. I think Russell Wilson is one of those opponents he's going to get up, black quarterback, mobile quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll get up for that. Cam still looked a little bit inaccurate. Not even a little bit. He's Cam. I've never noticed him as an accurate quarterback. You know what I'm mad about, though, is the last play is why he ain't break it outside, take it to the pylon.
Because you know why? The play was to go inside. He was trying to follow what the script was and stuff like that.
So there we go. So they're basically taking him out of his normal, how he goes normally.
Yeah,
he losing a piece of himself, and I think they want him to have that dimension of himself as well as fit in their system. But as far as the numbers go, like I said, Cam will get up for certain teams and certain opponents, like a Russell Wilson, or he gonna get up for the Panthers if they gotta play them, or he'll get up for, you know what I'm saying? He'll get up for those guys. But the key with Cam is seeing him on the games he's supposed to win, and let's see how he plays. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he put him in position. He definitely should have bounced it outside. he bounces outside, it's a touchdown.
It's a
I don't
touchdown.
know why. I think he just didn't see it. I
He
think
dove
was
from like the 3-yard line too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Bro, where you thought you was gonna go? Like
He just was following the play for.
He was, and yeah, what that said.
Old Cam would have been like,
boop, I'm
and
out of
outside.
here.
Old
Stiff
Cam,
arm gone.
check it out.
And that's why I'm like, you know what? I hope he has to conform a little bit to the Patriot way, but at the same time, you can't lose yourself in trying to fit that. You got to have a little bit of yourself because that's why they brought you in.
Maybe he got caught. Maybe Jamal.
They brought him in because he was cheap. That's why they brought him in.
Well, that too, but I'm sure, like you said before, Mike McDaniels probably saw that, like, ooh, look at this toy. Look, let's see what I can do with this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like McDaniels.
And so it was a good game overall, but just like I said, he just I want to see the games that he is supposed to win, not the games where it's like he's an underdog.
All right, Toby, were you impressed by his performance at all?
Definitely was impressed with his performance. You got to keep in mind that he don't really got weapons like that. His weapons ain't A1, and he took Seattle, down to the wire, came down to he could have won the game for them, if he bounced it outside. So it was impressive to see what Cam could do with the Patriots. I just think he got to be like consistent with it. I got to see. It's only week 2, so I just want to see how he by maybe week 7 or something. If he's still playing good, then it's really like a W for the Patriots. And Cam, he's coming back with that revenge on his mind. Everybody's sleeping on him and doubt him. So I feel like he's gonna do good, especially after that game against a good Seattle team. Well, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with him, man. I'm with Jordan. That's the best I've seen him throw the ball since his MVP year and whatnot. I really think he was injured before, Jeff. I really think he was, and I think he's finally healthy again. I also think, like you said, he kind of conformed to the Patriot way, so he got to kind of mix up his style with their style. N'Keal Harry, don't forget, he started the year on IR last year, so really he's just kind of like his rookie year. We played a few games last year. And, he finally probably learned the playbook and getting it together. And I like Bird, too. And then Edelman, he's like C-Mac was basically last year for Cam, just like a receiver. He's small, about the backfield. So I think I think I was impressed. I think he only going to get better. And I think, this year, probably not their year. I don't know about the wild card, Jordan. But next year, when they get all those guys back who opted out on defense – and then they still got Cam for a little bit of money and can spend some money, I think they're going to be back right or whatever.
That's interesting, Mike, because earlier this season, before you were saying that the Patriots were better than what we were saying they were, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, nah, I don't think this is the year for them. And now you're saying it's not their year.
Well, I changed up, It's ever
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
I don't think this year might be the year. Because you know what? Other teams, though, Jeff. So I got to think about who else is balling or whatever like that. So I don't think this is their year. But mostly because of their defense. Still, they gave Russell Wilson 5 touchdowns. Let's be clear. Without the defense.
And then with the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, Gilmore was getting cooked.
Oh, yeah. About what's ball name? 92?
Metcalf.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That kid is dangerous, too, yo.
Yeah, he's a beast. I called that for him. That's the best wide receiver Russell Wilson ever had.
Yeah. He definitely was
already.
But again, they got 5 defensive starters at home watching the games and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'll be right back next year. Belichick doing the best of what he got. They'll probably be to me 8-8, 9-7 at the end of the day. But I think Cam will show a lot of GMs. You could have had me for $1 million, and you got whoever you got. You know what I mean? Right now. So
Mr. Trubisky and stuff like that.
It's backups that's making more than Cam right now.
Way more than Cam.
Yeah. So I just think it's ridiculous. So moving forward, though. All right, this is a good one. Which 0-2 team is the biggest disappointment right now? Let's start with Toby on this one. Move it around.
To me, I'm gonna go the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Green Bay. They was playing Green Bay pretty good at first, but all of a sudden Green Bay just took off, blew them out. And then today, not today, on Sunday, I was really disappointed with their loss to the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know how good the Jaguars are, but the Jaguars just beat the Colts the week before, and I'm not high on the Jaguars, but they beat the Colts. I was like, damn, the Colts really not gonna do nothing. Then they play Minnesota, and Minnesota is literally getting destroyed by them. I had that +9. They didn't even cover the +9. That was a bad loss. Kirk Cousins had like 2 picks. He is trash.
Yeah.
Did he have like 100 yards too? Like no
Yeah.
I don't
yards?
know how Drew Brees lost to him last year in the playoffs. I don't know how Drew Brees did that, but he's trash. And yeah, I'm disappointed with the Vikings. I feel like it's all downhill from here. That loss was ugly.
I think Tobi just mad because they cost you your ticket when you had a.
Yeah.
They fucked my ticket up too.
+9. But who would you pick? The 0-2, Jordan. The biggest disappointment so far.
So I spoke about the Texans earlier, but I'm not going to speak about them. You know where I'm going with this. I'm going home. The Philadelphia are the most disappointing franchise in the NFL so far. Point blank period. Not even me being a homer, because you guys know I'm super passionate about my guys, but Wentz is just not.
Hold on. I'm going to take that answer. I'm going to save that for the next question about the Eagles later on. So you can say the Eagles. All right, Jeff, who's your biggest?
I'm going to pile it on. I think the Eagles the most disappointing 0-2 team out there. You know what I'm saying? You got a $100 million quarterback. You just if the Super Bowl year and now isn't that far away from each other, fall from prominence has been swift, rapid. The defense isn't there. The D line ain't making no noise. I never had faith in the cornerbacks. The linebackers, I don't really know. I just think that they should have got the first one.
Trash, but it's all right.
Should have got the first one.
Linebackers are trash. Corners are fucking trash. D line's fucking trash.
Wow. Yeah, I don't want to pile on. I want to mix it up on the show. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons, only because, huh?
Nah, he's trying to mix it up for the show. You want to pile it on?
Yeah,
I do want to pile. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Then. Yeah, definitely. I didn't expect 0-2. That's why I would say they're the most disappointing, because they put a lot of stock. First of all, they pay a lot of money to a lot of guys. That's number one, and they put a lot of stock in this season. So to be 0-2, I'm very, very surprised, especially if you add a loss to Washington on there. That's what makes them more disappointed to me out of everything. I can see 1-1 because Tobi said last week y'all gonna lose to the Rams. He knew that already and stuff like that. But I 0-2 I did not expect. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles, but I'm gonna say why in the later topic, stuff like that. I don't want to talk about that now. So let's move forward to the coaches. You already spoke about some of them. Which coach is on the biggest hot seat for the season, Jeff? What do you think?
I think you know what? I'm thinking, I'm processing it. I think the biggest coach is, and I'm not even gonna say biggest coach, but he's on there anyway. It's got to be Dan Quinn.
Okay.
You gotta look. Matt Ryan has
Bro, we can't hear you that good no more.
I said Matt Ryan got over 50,000 passing yards, and he's one of the top passing quarterbacks in NFL history, right?
And MVP.
Yeah, and MVP. And you got Julio was the obvious number one option. You got Ridley, but the defense is just terrible, man. Like, you still got the kid, 45 Jones, Deion Jones. Of course, we recognize the blunder in Dallas, let alone even not the fact that they even got to an onside kick is a problem. When you up 20-0, goose egging them, so that's a big disappointment. He's got to be getting ready to go. I think the next regime is going to restore the faith to Atlanta.
Okay. Tobi, who you think is on the biggest hot seat?
Same thing, Dan Quinn. That loss was just horrible. I mean, don't know how they did that. They keep blowing leads. I don't think they're gonna have a good year, especially after starting out this way. I don't think they're gonna have a good year. So he's definitely on the hot seat. I do think he is going to, eventually get fired because they'll have a bad season.
Jordan, what do you think?
I would definitely go with Quinn. But if I had to switch it up,
You don't have to.
Follow on, man. Follow on.
Nah, I'm not gonna pile it on. I mean, I do agree with you, but my the first person that was talking about, well, that popped up in my mind was Mike Zimmerman, Vikings coach.
Okay.
If they do not make the playoffs this year, he has to go. They've basically folded 3 years in a row in the playoffs. You look at, they were arguably they were a top 5 team when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. We crushed them when they went to the Super Bowl in the championship. Then next year they lose. What was that? That tip pass with Diggs. I think the year before that, right? Or the year after that, I believe. And then the year after that, they lose to the Saints. And so they lose to the Saints again. So they've gotten to the playoffs every year and have folded. And they have talent. They have Super Bowl talent. Even losing Diggs, they have Super Bowl talent on the offensive end and on the defensive end. So I think if they don't make the playoffs at all this year, I think he's got to go. I think they got to find someone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with who Toby said earlier, Bill O'Brien. Like, I just think that him and D Hop couldn't get along, so they got rid of D Hop. Now they got nothing on offense receiver wise. I think that without I think if they don't win this year, Watson. They got an investment in Watson. So when you got an investment in a quarterback, you got to have the right coach with him. And he may just not be the right coach and stuff like that. So I think I would say Bill O'Brien, that he got to go. So that's my thing. But if I went to Jeff to get back. All right, Jordan, floor is yours. Who is the most to blame for the Eagles' 0-2 start?
So it is entirely 1,000% the quarterback, Carson Wentz. He is the problem 100%. If I'm not going to give 100% of the blame, I'm going to give 90% and give Doug Peterson 10% of the blame. And this is the reason why. The first 2 games last year, we were sitting here saying it wasn't Wentz's fault. We saw drop passes by the receivers. We saw that the line couldn't block for him. The first game, the line couldn't block for him. He played shitty. The second game, he had protection. He was fucking terrible. He was fucking terrible. He makes the simple plays. It's like he makes the hardest plays it's like he makes the hardest plays look so easy. It's like you sometimes he'll make a play and you're like, whoa, like, did he just do that? And then the next play, it'll be something simple, like throwing a screen pass. You're like, damn, did he just do that? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it's 100% him. If he plays better, we're 2-0, period. Like, we're 2-0. Bro, we're 2-0. He had protection last week. He had protection against the Rams. He played bad. I actually liked the play calling of Doug Peterson. They actually were able to run the ball on the Rams, but they couldn't run the ball the whole game because they were down. So when you don't have a number 1 wide receiver and you're trusting Deshaun Jackson to be your number 1 wide receiver out there, you can't do anything. Once you take away their tight ends, nobody else can get free.
Right.
So it's like they either need to change up the system, they need to go get a number 1 wide receiver, but Carson Wentz has to play better. If he doesn't play better, they're going to go 7-9 and maybe win the fucking division. No. So it's 100% Carson Wentz. I mean, it's Carson, no, without a doubt.
All right, Toby, who you think?
I'm gonna go with Carson as well. It's his fault. They're 0-2. I say it because I didn't think they was gonna beat the Rams regardless. Like, they wasn't gonna beat the Rams, but they should have beat the Redskins. They should have a win already under their belt. That was a gimme game. You up 17-0. That's a W you guys are gonna need. Now, when it comes down to it, you're gonna be fighting for W's at the end. But you should have.
The Redskins ain't doing shit.
You should have beat the Redskins, early. And he's talking about 6 and 7. You're not winning the division at 6 and whatever. You're gonna need at least 8 wins to win a division.
No,
it's bad, but it's not 7. I don't think it's gonna be 7-9 bad like that. Nah, I don't think so.
It's not.
I don't think the Cowboys are gonna be that bad. You guys are gonna not be that bad either. So definitely Carson though.
Yeah, I think Jordan's sleeping on the Cowboys right now, but it's okay. I think that I think that
Once Atlanta just give him the fucking game, right?
the Cowboys had
but
to
they
score
still,
once again.
they still had to put up points, bro. They still had to.
Yeah.
They put up points in the first half, but go ahead, Mike.
Anyway, well, you already know I'm going wins, but I already know this before it happened. However, this season right here, it's more than just his play. It's something about, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like I said earlier before we started the show. It's like he thinks he's more in control than what he is. I'll say it like that, or whatever like that. He's not running the plays that Doug is throwing out there. He's calling audibles. He's pressing. It's like he's trying to show something. Just run the offense and do your job. He's a good thrower. He's got a good arm. So just do your job. Stop trying to make the home run play. Some of the stuff he does, like the interception with the Whiteside, or Sega Whiteside, like that was a double coverage.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what are you doing, bro? That's crazy.
He thought it was Mahomes.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like he wants to show. I think here's the thing, man. When he had that great run 3 years ago, now I feel like he's like he keeps saying I can be that again. I don't think he's ever going to be that again, but he can still be good. So I feel like he's got to stop pressing to try to get to that level again.
I would agree with you on that, but I think the thing was 3 years ago he did play within himself. He did play within the system, and it allowed him to be great. And it maybe allowed him to show, or maybe it allowed him to be greater than what he really is, maybe. I don't know. But he played within the system that year. And I think the system and how they ran things made him look, great. And his talent and the things that he can do and his ability, it kind of took it to another level. Now, I think the issue is they have a lack of talent on the offensive side of the ball. To be honest, because there is nobody can win. None of the receivers can win one-on-one. Deshaun Jackson is the only receiver that can win one-on-one. But if you keep a safety back and you play the short routes, it's not much that Deshaun Jackson can do. Deshaun Jackson is good for a comeback, but how many comebacks can you run until they pick up one? Alshon Jeffrey has been hurt since the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And then you got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who hasn't made a catch all season. He sucks, to be honest. And Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders are our best offensive weapons. So when you take the running game away and then you take the tight ends away and you need him to drop back and throw the ball 40 times, he can't do it because they're just sitting back waiting for him to throw it short or force it to Goddard or Ertz, and they're like, okay, bread in the basket. You feel me?
Yeah, he makes some bad decisions, though. He was a better decision maker before. He's making bad decisions right now. So one thing about him was he never turned the ball over like he is these last couple of games or whatnot.
Well, you know what's an interesting stat, though?
What?
He's the first quarterback in NFL history, right, for 3 straight seasons to throw over 20 touchdowns and less than 8 picks. Now, it's probably because he's been hurt. But it's probably because he's been hurt. But it's interesting to know that, like he fumbles the ball a lot.
You know what's a better stat? Since 2018, the Eagles are 15-14 when Wentz starts the game. That's basically a 500 team at the end of the day. So they got to get. I mean, numbers are what they are, Jordan. I'm just saying. So
I mean, bro, I mean, you got to look at it like we came into the first game, right? We have a top 2 guard in the NFL done for the year, right? Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks done for the year. Lane Johnson didn't play the first game. You got Andre Dillard, who was supposed to be starting left tackle, done for the season. Jeffrey, I mean, who knows when he's going to play? I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back after the Bengals game, I believe, because I think he's on IR. But like. Last year, we were in drop passes, bad line play. Now it's just him.
Listen.
So he make the difference, bro.
If y'all lose to the Bengals this week, they're going to be calling for his head.
Oh, yeah. I will be, too.
I'm just saying. So
I will be, too.
We'll see what happens, but we'll see. Let's move forward, man. because there's a lot of 2-0 teams out there. You know, it's always undefeated teams in the beginning. So which 2-0 team is fool's gold? Like won't even make no noise or make the playoffs even though they're 2-0. Who do you think, Toby?
The Bears. Bears
Okay.
are 2-0 right now. They beat the Lions. The Lions were blowing them out. They came back and beat the Lions. The Lions are fucking horrible. And then they beat the Giants. I mean, the Giants, Saquon got hurt, and then you got Danny Dimes out there throwing you picks, or he's fumbling. If you want to talk about fumbling, Danny Dimes, he fumbles a lot. I don't know, but his pocket presence is horrible, I guess. But they're definitely they're not going to make any noise at all. Come on, it's the Bears. It's Mitch Trubisky. We already know at all. Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. They're not making no real moves. They 2-0 because they played two trash teams, and yeah, trash.
Jordan?
Couldn't agree more. That was my pick.
Okay.
You pick?
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just let you reiterate that. You know what's crazy? Jeff made all that noise about the Titans. I think the Titans are fool's gold. I don't think they actually go that far. And if you look, they scored 49 points, but they gave up 44 points in the 2 games. So
yeah, that's definitely a good pick.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still got them winning I still got them winning the division though, bro.
Who's the division again?
Colts, Texans, Jags. I still got them winning the division.
I don't know. That's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close, man. Jaguars 1-1, and Jaguars score a lot of points. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be close.
They definitely. Yeah, when Jeff was talking about them earlier, about being 2-0, I really don't. I'm not scared of them at all. They went down to the wire with the Jaguars, and what was that week one?
They beat the Broncos first game.
They beat the Broncos, and they barely beat the Broncos. That game was close.
Right.
And then the Jaguars, and that game was a high-scoring game. So I'm not really scared about them.
Regardless of record, like to me, I think every team in the NFL is competitive except for like 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah,
so like,
for sure.
if you beat the Giants, like if you play the Giants, if you play the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, and probably the Panthers, like you get no credit from me. Like you get no credit from me. So and probably the Broncos too. I'll give the Lions. The Lions have talent though. Like the Giants have no talent.
Yeah.
The Panthers have no talent. The Dolphins, the Jets, they have no talent. Like if you beat any of those 4 teams, you get no credit from me. Like I gotta see more. So that's why I'm not giving the Bills like too much right now because they beat the Jets and the Dolphins. Like
same. I don't know. I'm not high on the Bills either.
No.
Yeah, I do like Josh Allen though. But all right. Next thing we're gonna say, I want you guys to give your this is a good one for Toby who likes to bet football. Who is your lock of the week? And give me one upset of the week. So one lock and one upset.
Lock. The lock is the Colts. They played the Jets. That's a lock. Jets suck. They ain't doing the damn thing. So lock that in. Betters. Put the crib on it. The Colts gonna win.
All right.
The upset of the week, I was looking, y'all. It was hard to find an upset. Like I feel like every game.
I got mine. I'm waiting for yours. Like
listen, you're gonna hear mine. Y'all gonna be shocked by it. But if I had to look at one team, I looked at a team that I just watched a team last week. They played okay, and I'm watching a team that's supposed to be good, and they're playing trash. I would probably pick the Bengals to upset. Because listen, Burrow is not bad. Like
he's good.
On shit, he's gonna swing the rock on y'all niggas. And I don't know what's going on with Carson Wentz. I don't know. It's gonna be the Bengals, bro. I'm sorry. I really couldn't see no real other I would call it upset. You know, it wasn't upset.
Wow. This is hurtful a little bit.
All right, Jordan. We'll take your lock and your upset.
So I did like the 49ers. I mean, I did like that Colts lock, but I'm locking it in the 49ers. They play the Giants. That's a lock. Giants suck. Matters there. And then upset of the week, I have the Vikings over the Titans. Reason being is because the Vikings cannot fall 0-3. If they fall 0-3, they're done. Like, I don't think there's any catching up. Like, there's no catching up.
But I think they are gonna fall 0-3.
You think the Titans are gonna beat them? I think the Vikings are gonna take them. The Vikings have talent. Like the Vikings have talent.
You look horrible right now.
Yeah, they got to put it all together. But if there's any team that desperately needs a win, more than the Philadelphia Eagles, is the Minnesota Vikings for sure. So I think they get a win versus the Titans. That they upset them. The Titans really haven't looked great, like Tobi said. The Titans barely beat they barely beat the Broncos, and they barely beat the Jaguars. I still do have them in the division, but they don't look good so far. So they played two not great teams, but.
All right, so I'm gonna give mine then. Those are some very, very good picks. I'm gonna say, my lock is the Bengals. No, I'm joking. The Bengals, but my lock. It's kind of tough. So be right about these things, but
There's a few locks.
My lock is actually. It's sad to say, man. They don't go 0-3, but my lock is the Steelers over the Texans. Actually. I think they're gonna beat them, easily. And my upset though is I had it a second ago. Cowboys upset the Seahawks. That's my upset of it. Yeah.
Really? What was your pick again for the lock? I missed it.
Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers over the Texans. I hate to see Texans go 0-3, but I think Steelers is gonna beat them, bro. I do.
Oh no.
How do you see Dallas being Seattle?
Seattle just gave Cam and the Patriots with no weapons 30 points. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the Cowboys can score on them. And, I mean, they got nobody for Metcalf, but if they can kind of slow down Carson in the run game, I think they can be all right. So, I think the Cowboys pull it out for some reason, man. We're going to book it. It's on wax. Got the Cowboys upsetting the Seahawks.
All right.
Well, no. All right. And last thing, we got a couple things. I'm sorry. Jordan, your power rankings 1 through 5. What you got?
All right. So number 1, I have Baltimore. Baltimore looks good in all phases. I know they only beat the Browns and the Texans, which are two bad teams so far, but these teams have talent. Yeah. So Cleveland has talent. Houston has talent, but I got the Ravens. Number 2 is the Seahawks, actually. I really like what the Seahawks have done. The Seahawks have beaten 2 good teams, in my opinion. I still think Dallas is good, and I still think Atlanta is good. So I like the Seahawks at number 2. I like the Chiefs, of course. I like what they did against Houston in the first game, but I didn't like what I saw against the Chargers. I know that's a divisional game, but to let Justin Herbert come in the game as a starter and keep them in the game and go to overtime on defense, that's not good. That's no point.
Yeah. Is he that good, Herbert? No.
I think he's going to be good. I think the Chargers are crazy as shit for not starting for the rest of the year. People have this love affair with Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod sucks. He's garbage. But we'll see. Black quarterback, black coach. It's all good.
All right.
Number 4 is the Packers. Reason why I'm picking the Packers at that, I know they've beaten the Lions and the Vikings, which are 2 bad teams, but again, they have talent. And they have Aaron Rodgers. So I got the Packers at 4. This 5th one was rough for me. And it was a toss-up between Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and the Rams. I'm going with the Rams at number 5. Reason why I'm going with the Rams is because the Rams beat the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Steelers beat the Giants and the Broncos. And Buffalo beat Miami and the Jets. I think we can all agree that Dallas and Philly are all better teams than those 4 teams. So I'm gonna put the Rams at number 5, but the Steelers and the Bills are knocking on that door.
All right, so you got Ravens,
Seahawks, Chiefs, Packers, Rams.
All right, so what you got?
My list is pretty similar, but just in different order. I've got the Chiefs at number 1. I think the Chiefs are the best. They're still the best team in the league. So far, we haven't seen their best. The Chargers have a crazy defensive line. Like, that defensive line was eating. So I was watching that game. I was seeing how they was causing Mahomes trouble. But when the play was needed, Mahomes made that deep-ass throw down to Tyreek Hill to put them in position. I'm still giving it to the Chiefs. Number 2, I'm going to Baltimore Ravens. They're gonna do good this regular season. You know, Lamar Jackson and them, they look unstoppable in the regular season, but when the playoff comes, they're gonna do just like what they do with Giannis. They know what to do when it comes with. He has to prove to me that in the playoffs he could overcome, you know, whatever they put in front of him. You know, so I'm putting them at number 2. Number 3, I'm going Seattle. MVP season, like you said, Russell Wilson. He be snapping every game. He had 9 touchdown passes already. He's doing his thing, and I'm gonna go with him. Number 4, I'm going with the Rams. The reason I'm going with the Rams over the Packers, like you said, the Packers played those weak teams, and the Rams have defense. They have a good defense. They have an okay secondary. So I think they are the 4th best team in the league. And number 5, I'm just gonna go with Green Bay, because of Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Jones he's been snapping. He looks great right now, and they still got the receiver. What's his name again? The number 1 receiver.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams, yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Packers at number 5.
All right, so I'm gonna have mine. I like to drill with the Ravens. I think they're just like I said earlier, they're good on all 3 phases of the ball, and until somebody stops Lamar, he's gonna keep doing what he's doing and whatnot. And low key, that offense is so perfect because he's not a great passer, but his freaking completion percentage be high as hell on top of his touchdowns and stuff like that. So
because he's throwing 7-yard passes and they're taking us.
I mean, no, I agree, but it's a perfect offense for him. That's all I'm saying. Number 2, it's tough between the Chiefs and Seahawks, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks, man. I think that they're just a little better right now. I think Russell's playing a little better than Mahomes is playing right now. And I think he just is on his MVP chase this year. Like, he's like due, man, at this point. And I think they've always been well coached, you know, so they both got good coaches, but I think right now they slightly edge the Chiefs, who are my number 3 pick. At the end of the day, they won the game. You know, they shouldn't have let it happen like that, but they won the game. And that's what you got to do. You know, in football, it's about getting them W's to get to the playoffs. And that's what they did. I don't really like I don't like what I saw from the Rams in week 1. So I don't really like the Rams that much. So I'm gonna go from the I'm gonna go with the Packers at number 4 because of Devontae, because of Aaron Rodgers, because of Aaron Jones. They just got a good team overall. And I think Rodgers got something to prove. They drafted a quarterback this year. I think I think that's in his head. And also Rodgers, you know, he's supposed to be an all-time great with 1 Super Bowl. So I think, you know, he got a lot of doubters. Like, how's his legacy if he only got 1 Super Bowl at the end of the day? So I think he's gonna be on a mission this year.
Let me ask you something, Mike. How do you view that? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, when it comes to QBs, man, I'm sorry, bro. I hate to say it. He's been a great passer, just like Dan Marino, right? He was a great passer, but with 1 Super Bowl, you don't stack up against the Elways, Manning, Brady's, you know, and stuff like that. Him and Breeze are in the same category, to be honest with you. So, but Rodgers more talented than Breeze, so he should definitely not. It ain't all his fault, you know. He lost some of the playoff games like 48-45, like crazy or something like that. But at the same time, man, it's just he got to do what he got to do to make sure his legacy. Because when it comes to the end of the day, 10 years from now, 15, nobody gonna want to hear you had no defense. They gonna want to say, well, why you only got 1 Super Bowl? That's all that matters. And then number 5, it's a toss up between the Rams and the Steelers. Actually, for me, but since the Rams beat a team that's trash in the Eagles, I'll probably go with the Steelers. Only because I think that Big Ben is back, man. I think that you know, he's got like what does he got, like 6 touchdowns, I think, or something like that. He's got a lot of touchdowns. He's got the yards. I think you know, the system didn't change. Mike Tomlin's still a great coach. So, and McVay, you know what, McVay, man, like, I don't think he has instincts yet. I think he's a smart dude who runs good systems, but I don't know about his coaching instincts yet. I would still go with Tomlin if I had to choose one of those.
Well, you know what's crazy? When you look at – if you – like, I watched the whole game Sunday. They may have ran the same 7 plays left and right.
Bro.
I guess
wasn't golf like 7 for 7 at one point, 8 for 8 or something like that in the beginning?
Bro, I mean, it was that bad. Like, it ran the same 7 to 10 plays left and right, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it like this is a tragedy. Like,
yeah. So
he's good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he's a decent coach. He got to a Super Bowl.
he decent, yeah. We'll see, but he lost. He should have won that game. Honest with you. So we'll see how it goes. Because that whole offense that he's such a great guru at, what they scored 10 points Super Bowl at the end of the day. So we gotta see what happens from that. But yeah, I like Rodgers. I really want to see a Rodgers Mahomes Super Bowl. That's what I really want to see. I think that'll be crazy. Yeah, crazy highlights, crazy back and forth. I could even do Mahomes and Russell. Yeah, but I'll let us see a Rodgers Mahomes Super Bowl. So 3 minutes. You guys got what are your closing points? Let's go with Tobi first. Go ahead, Tobi.
My closing points. Still early. Brady looks washed. Not gonna lie, Brady looks washed. I don't think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I'm not sure if I said that before, but Brady looks washed. I mean, I seen a play where he underthrew a receiver, They did a flea flicker, and the receiver got behind the defense. He was running, and he had to slow down to catch the ball, and the defense caught him. I was like, "Geez, Brady, that's a TD, bro. You're supposed to throw that from the catch it and keep going." So he looks washed. I still think they're gonna have a good record, but I don't think they're gonna win the Super Bowl. He has a lot of talent around him, so that's why they're gonna win games. But no Super Bowl for them, and I think Brady is coming very near the end, even though he should have been done because he's old as hell. But yeah, he looks washed.
All right. Well, you didn't even need your 3 minutes. All right, Jordan.
So I'm gonna start off with a question for you guys real quick. Who's your number one running back in the NFL?
Number one running back in the
NFL. Fuck injuries.
Zeke.
Fuck injuries.
Oh, no injuries?
Yeah, no injuries, bro. No injuries.
I don't know. Maybe Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, C-Mac. Yeah.
All right, so can we put that to bed and acknowledge that Zeke is the best running back in the NFL?
We didn't say Zeke. We said C-Mac. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Can we acknowledge? We put that CMC shit to bed and acknowledge Elliott is the best running back in the NFL.
I can't do that yet. I mean, C-Mac had a better year last year, and he just got hurt this year, so I can't say Zeke is better. I think Zeke is great, but I can't say stamp that he's better. Can't say that.
Bro, there was a play when he scored a touchdown. He ran this guy over and he flew 5. He flew 5 yards. Ezekiel Elliott is the best running back that we've seen since Adrian Peterson.
See, you put him there with the GOAT? Oh,
bro, everybody wants to say that CMC is the best running back in the league, but he's hurt now. When's the last time Zeke's got hurt?
That's true.
Zeke has a way tougher running style than Christian McCaffrey. Everybody wants to say Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley can never stay healthy.
Toothpick.
Zeke can stay healthy. He can run routes. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a train. He's a train.
I understand the argument.
What about Derrick Henry?
No. Derrick Henry, right now, bro, Derrick Henry he's in my top 5, but he's at number 5.
All right.
Like, he caught on last year. He had an amazing year. He hasn't scored a touchdown this year yet.
Okay.
He hasn't scored. So, hear everybody say, Christian McCaffrey. Like, I'm not high on Christian McCaffrey at all. Like,
I don't think Zeke can catch the ball like Christian McCaffrey can, though.
He can, bro.
Catches it,
Christian McCaffrey is high usage, bro. If you got the ball 40 times a game, you catch half the passes and run for 100 yards too.
I understand.
You feel me?
So you close the point that Zeke is number one back in the NFL.
Zeke is the number one running back in the NFL.
Okay. All right. and under 3 minutes. And for mine, I'm going to say similar to what Tobi said, but for another old quarterback who I also think is now washed, I'm going to say Drew Brees. This will be his last year. I think that he's definitely lost. He lost some last year, and this year he lost even more off the ball. He struggled to even throw the ball away, like throw it out of bounds, stuff like that. I think that Michael Thomas and them boys, when they get downfield, he can't get it down there to him and stuff like that like he used to. He was always small, so now he's small without being able to have the arm that he had before. And I think that, he's becoming some sort of a little bit of a liability, for that team, moving forward and stuff like that. Not quite yet, but I think this will be his last year.
I think we got to pump the brakes.
Nah, you bugging, Joe. You gotta see him. Bro. You ain't watching.
Bro,
Yeah.
I watched the game.
He look trash.
Bro.
He does, though.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's his last year, bro.
It's probably his last year, bro.
He's got to get more into a rhythm, but people are not accounting for Michael Thomas not being there being a serious problem for them.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas not being there is a serious problem for them on offense, and Oakland showed that because they don't have anybody that can win on the outside. Emmanuel Sanders is good, but if you can double Emmanuel Sanders, who else are they throwing it to? They're trying to run the ball with Kamara the whole time, and
you'll see.
I think
he's not what he used to be. He's not what he used to be, bro. And even now, this year, his completion percentage is starting to fall. Not crazy, 64%. But
look at the attempts. Look at the attempts for Kamara, though. This is the most attempts that Kamara's gotten in the first 2 games that he's probably ever gotten, ever.
I hear you, bro, but you got to watch, man.
Him, bro. He can't throw it down the field, bro.
Right, he can't throw it down the field.
How are they going to throw it down the field with no Michael Thomas?
But even with Michael Thomas, they barely threw it down the field. Like last week, listen, if you go look at the stats last week, right? They put up all these points against the Buccaneers, and Drew Brees was trash, bro. He was trash like that.
And it happens like this, bro. You get here at quarterback, and he falls the cliff. The arm just go bad. It ain't what it used to be. And I think Brees hit that number. So my closing point.
Better than Brady.
They might even to me. Yeah,
they even to me right now.
Yeah, but my closing point is that Brees, I'm not going to say he's trash, but he's falling off. It's his last year, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Last year.
All right, fellas, that's been another show of Beyond the Trenches. Well, know what happened to Jeff. He just disappeared on us, didn't even say nothing or whatever. Didn't get Ravi, but we still finished the show out, guys, so thanks for finishing strong. Appreciate that. If you're watching the show, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back every week with a brand new show of Beyond the Trenches, and we appreciate you watching. See you later. All right, fellas. All right.